Of course it ends like that. Because nothing is ever easy as a Chicago Bears fan. The Bears lose to the Packers by a final score of 20-19 on a heartbreaking field goal block. So let's talk about it, people. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL, here to talk about the Chicago Bears and here to talk about the Bears. I'm not going to say stunning or, surprising loss to the Packers. I'll just say, I'll say disappointing loss to the Packers because it was close. Really, really damn close. So, obviously, you guys see I'm not in my home studio or still traveling here, but I got to get the videos out, man. Got to still chance to watch that game. And overall, folks, that was the worst possible scenario for the Bears outside of Caleb Williams' development, which I'll talk about in just a second here. Caleb looked good today, and I was very happy and impressed by him. But outside of his development, this was the worst possible outcome because going into this game, Bears fans, including myself, had no hope for the Bears beating the Packers, right? We had no hope after what's been transpiring the last few weeks, the OC getting fired, devastating losses, to the Patriots, Cardinals, mind you. So no hope to beat the Packers. But some even hoped that we could get blown out, honestly, so that we would get major changes being made, like, hey, Flus getting fired. Maybe he'll get canned if we have a 40-point blowout loss to the Packers. So even that outcome wouldn't have been that bad. But no, we have the worst possible outcome, which is a close loss to the Packers. Because you know what that means? That means that there will not be any changes made this season. That means Flus is going to stay because, oh my God, we were so close to beating the Packers. At least if we beat them, I'd be like, okay, hey, we got to beat the Packers. It feels good. But nope, can't even have that. So literally right when you feel like you've got something, it gets snatched away from you. That's what it feels like to be a Bears fan at this moment, folks. The season's been over. This was not the game that decided that. The last few weeks did. When you couldn't close out those games against those lesser opponents, there was no shot, especially in a division like the NFC North. So it's not about that. It's just about Caleb Williams' development. So let's talk about Caleb today, man. 23 for 31, 231 passing yards, no touchdowns and no picks. But, man, he was accurate, poised. He was looking like a quarterback that had his confidence back after the last few weeks where he just looked hesitant, tentative, was just taking sacks, sack after sack. I mean, today, 9 rushes for 70 yards. I don't think that happens the past few weeks. So I liked what I saw from Caleb today. Obviously, could have been the game-winning drive there with some beautiful balls to Rome Odunze, man, who had 6 for 65 today. So it would have been so nice to see that, hey, Caleb Williams, who's been criticized the past few weeks for his poor play, is the guy that leads the Bears to a victory over the Packers, who we haven't beaten since 2018. It's been 6 years, folks, 6 years. So that would have been so nice, but obviously doesn't happen here. And Caleb was not the problem. It was anything but Caleb. He was solid today. Could it have been better? Sure. Would have loved a couple of touchdowns here, but the run game got going. You like that. DeAndre Swift, Roschon Johnson got going. So overall, liked it a lot. But, man, I cannot wait for Matt Eberflus to be out of here. I'm so annoyed by him at this point. I mean, even on that field goal, like, you could have fought for some extra yardage. Just not a gimme from 46. Like, why not give Cairo a little bit more room there so he doesn't have to kick it low? Flus is just donezo, man. I know he's gone after this season, but, man, I'll take an interim coach over him at this point. There's so many better coaches than Matt Eberflus. He's just complete garbage for the Chicago Bears. Thomas Brown, though, looked solid, man. I like him. Certainly is an upgrade over Shane Waldron. I know it's been one game, but I thought he looked solid out there. But I'm so done with Matt Eberflus. So done with him. And that's what's disappointing here because it's a close loss, so we know he's not going to get fired. And I know, like, we're not finding our coach this season. It's going to be in the offseason, but just get Flus's energy out of here. I'm sorry. Just no accountability. Just nothing that's gravitational about this guy that players can gravitate towards, like low energy. Just, it's bad. So, to me, the rest of the season is still just about Caleb's development as it has been before. But to me, just the devastating losses like this, I hope it doesn't take a toll on Caleb's mentality. And the other players, I'm sure it does, but, you know, hopefully he can fight through it because it's rough. It's rough right now. But, yeah, man, 20-19. Terrible, terrible loss to the Green Bay Packers. Wish I was on here talking about a dub, but here we are, man. Life as a Bears fan. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts as always.